Hello everyone and welcome to GG, where I'm going to have a look ahead to the Glorious Goodwood fixture, which gets underway in a couple of weeks' time. The main feature perhaps now of the whole week is the Goodwood Cup, which is being run as a Group 1 for the second year, and it's very hard to see Stradivarius being beaten here. He's aiming to make history really and become just the second horse after Double Trigger to win this race 3 times, and although he does hit a flat spot in his races, he has so much courage, he seems to have no trouble overcoming that. And I fully expect him to win. He could well be the banker of the week for many. His opposition will include DXB, who's likely to go forward, and also Cross Counter, and I'm certain that this will suit him better than Royal Ascot. I felt he just was caught out by the 2.5 miles on that occasion. He's possibly a very good 1.5 mile horse with a turn of foot, and that's what saw him get home at Flemington. And I like that Charlie Appleby said straight away after the Ascot defeat, we'll go to Goodwood. It's a course that we know, of course, he handles, and he could just get a bit closer to Stradivarius this time. Could be a really good week for trainer John Gosden, because he also has Too Darn Hot in the Sussex, and I really like this colt. I thought he was given a bit of unfair treatment on social media after his defeats over in Ireland and at Royal Ascot. Put that right, of course, with a very impressive win over 7 furlongs in the Prix Jean Prat. I don't think the return to a mile will be any issue at all for him. I think he's very good, and he should be able to win that. King of Comedy, of course, is very interesting in against him. He could renew rivalry with Circus Maximus. And then there's potentially the older filly Voracious, who would also hold an entry to the Falmouth. She could go as well, but I don't think she's going to be quite good enough here. Too Darn Hot, very much the one for me. We'll have a look as well at the Nassau, and we've got potentially a very interesting international raid here. Channel, the Prix d'Anne winner, has been entered for the race, but Deirdre, we know, definitely lines up for Japan. She's a Group 1 winner over there. She's gone very close in the last 2 editions of the Dubai Turf here at Meydan, and she faced a pretty tough task in the Prince of Wales last time at Royal Ascot. This time, back against her own sex, she could just be flying home at the end and give them something to think about. She's been for a gallop around Goodwood, and I like what they're doing with her. They've very much sort of lowered their sights to some extent in that she's back against the fillies, and as I said, she could just surprise a few. Other internationals to pay attention to are Maid. If he lines up in the Goodwood Cup, he could be very interesting. He was a winner of the Group 2 Belmont Gold Cup over in New York last time out. The Melbourne Cup is his main aim, but a good run here, if indeed he does take his chance, wouldn't be beyond him. He is a nice improving source. And then we've got a first ever Glorious Goodwood runner, could be a winner, for Wesley Ward, who will send Maven there. He scratched this American Pharaoh colt from Royal Ascot because of the ground, sent him over to France where he won the Prix de Bois. He's remained in France since. He'll just arrive at Goodwood a couple of days before the race, but he could take a fair bit of catching in the Molecombe.